episode 1214 of Hard Factor. It is Monday, May 22nd, 2023. Thank you for cheating on the news with us today. I've got dirty dogs, movies, sports, and crime in the cup of coffee in the big time. Strap in. Lots of news in there. Wes has a personal story accompanying the queen of vengeful bitches on deck.
Yeah, I'm going to go back in time a little bit, tell you about some of my not-so-finest moments, and then we're going to kick it up to Vancouver.
I love that.
Yeah, going to kick it
That's
up to
one of my
Vancouver.
favorites.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
And, talk about the queen of vengeful bitches.
All right.
We might be surprised because we didn't know you were a houseboy.
I know. I think you might be surprised at this one, too.
Okay. Sorority houseboy. Yeah.
Wes is like an onion. So many layers.
Yeah.
You know? Might be like a blooming onion, though. Mark's got maybe not such a good idea in the hole.
Yeah, a company came up with maybe not.
Maybe okay. Oh yeah. So it's a corporate.
The corporate maybe not the best idea. Yeah.
Okay. Well, we'll find out more. Pat's got the worst lottery winner of all time to close this one out today.
Yeah, you could say that. You might want to stay tuned till the end. I know some of you don't, so make sure you do because it's a weird one.
If it's worst of all time, you need to know.
Yeah, you got to know. You got to know what kind of lottery this guy won. I'll give you a hint. It's not money.
Oh,
really?
Now I'm intrigued. See, we'll be here with you, Pat.
Maybe it was time he won. I
You
don't
got
know.
my attention.
Very intrigued. Very intrigued. Everybody have a good weekend. Everybody.
How was your
good?
weekend, man? Your birthday, baby. Birthday.
Oh, it was
birthday
good.
Boy.
It was good. Yeah. I'm 38 now, which is feels the same exact as it did a couple days ago. But 38 now.
I'm so glad you're 38 because I thought I was 38. No, I know.
Do I look like I aged a little bit?
Yeah, you look a little older. Yeah.
I got to bleach the hair. Remember, everybody got to get us to 100,000 on Instagram so I can bleach my hair and get rid of the grays.
We're close. We're like 11300 away.
Take
I'm an old
5
man
years
now.
off right there.
Yeah. That's a good life hack. Bleaching the hair. Yeah.
Do you see how? Do you see? Speaking of, do you guys see how skinny Jonah Hill is?
Is he
He got more skinny.
Let me pull this pic up, bro. This is Ozempic.
He's
skinny.
surfing. I know he's surfing. That's what
He's
last time we
Are you
talked
pulling the
about
nipple
Jonah
pick
Hill.
up?
No, dude, this is gonna fuck you up, bro. This shit's gonna fuck you up, dog. This is gonna fuck you up. You're gonna get fucked up when you see this. It's gonna fuck you up.
I want Ozempic if
Is
he
he
good.
playing like a part coming up? Like
No, I don't. I think he's on the Ozempic. But here's what I'll say to you:
Dallas Buyers Club Part 2 or something?
do you know how, like, as a fat guy, you think I could never get skinny man body? Like it's just not in me. Like look at my thighs.
Right, like my bones are just bigger, and my skeleton's bigger.
You can look at your wrists and tell how skinny you could get.
Well, let me tell you something. You're fucking wrong.
That's what Ray Charles. He grabbed women by the wrist to see how
You
they.
are fucking wrong. Because when I get this photo up here, which for some reason is giving me a hard time, but I'm going to get it
Jonah
up.
Hill probably has small wrists.
You think he's got small wrists?
He was large, but he had small wrists, so he could. He's gotten in. He's
all
grown
fat.
in. He's grown into his small wrists finally.
Mm-hmm.
He was all fat, huh? Now I'm really pissed off because for some reason someone changed the settings. Probably me. On my computer, I got it. It sends my screenshots to the desktop. I don't want to talk about it. Here's Jonah Hill.
Ooh.
Yeah, he's skinny. Tiny wrists too. You can see.
Yeah,
He looks like homeless, dude.
He looks good. He looks healthy homeless though.
No, he looks sick homeless.
Yeah, he looks like
he looks meth homeless.
He looks a bit cancerous.
He doesn't look methy.
Look at his legs. Look at his left leg. That is, I know that's weight loss, but that is like skeletal leg.
I think he's surfing a lot.
Jealous.
Ozempic.
Yeah, I mean, he's just
works.
skinny. He grew into his skinny wrist, guys. Just be happy.
So jealous.
His
His brother died of a heart attack. I understand. You got to thin out. You got to thin out.
When did his brother die of a heart attack?
Oh, it's 5 years ago. He's a big-time music manager.
He might
He's
actually
Maroon 5's manager.
I don't think we can
He
credit
might
his weight
actually
loss
have
to that,
AIDS,
then.
like you were joking about. Maybe he is.
Oh,
Maybe it's not
I
Dallas
hope
Buyers
not.
Club 2. Maybe he just has AIDS.
Hope that's not the case. All right. Well, good for Jonah Hill. Hopefully he doesn't have any of those horrible
skinny.
conditions. Hopefully he's just
Not the
feeling
way I
healthier.
want to go out. Good, whatever
Taking
suits
it easy.
you.
Taking it easy on the pallbearers there.
All right, guys. Anything else before we hop into the coffee
man.
of the day? Okay. Well, let's do the news. Cup of coffee in the big times up first.
Yeah. Cup of coffee in the big time.
All the trending news at the time of taping this podcast. But first, a couple fun facts. Fun fact, congrats to Trivia Champs Chat GTP, Mark's team. You guys did very well.
Shout out my team. They were on fire. I was a small help to the team. Could have done it without me.
Yeah. They weren't using logic, huh?
No.
They were very good.
Pat got burned. That was on the show. You guys remember that?
My team dwindled down to 2 at one point by the end. So it was just we didn't have the momentum on our side.
Intern Jackson got caught on a hot mic giving out the final answer when we got back to the
Are you serious?
Yeah. But everyone kind of already had it. Yeah.
Yeah, except my team.
What adult.
And speaking of fun things, even though we got crushed, it was still fun. I had a lot of fun. Trivia, always fun. Patreon.com/hardfactor.
Mike Wade.
Yeah, Mike
I have
Wade,
a confession to make.
What?
Someone on my team cheated on the last question.
Oh, weak. Whatever. So there was 2 teams that got 0.
But you know what I did? I don't want the glory, but I did the right thing and guessed a different answer than he gave, and it was the right answer.
Oh, you serious?
Hilarious. He gave a wrong
karma.
answer.
Wait, he cheated and got the wrong answer?
You know who you are.
Damn. How do you cheat and get the wrong answer?
Because you can Google. It's easy to Google.
That's how do you get the last question was like, what type of breakfast food's named after like a Greek god or
so he sucks at Googling?
I guess like he probably Googled like that, and maybe there was like another interpretation, like omelet or something. I don't know. It was cereal.
Who knows?
Yeah,
I did the right thing. That's all that matters.
My guess inside the breakout room was Wheaties, and I was like, and I kept saying like, "Well, what kind of cereal is named after a god?" And then I just
kept saying cereal.
Yeah, I'm just a fucking moron. So,
Wheaties
anyways,
makes sense.
Yeah, it would, wouldn't it, Wes? I probably would have gotten it if I had stuck with my gut on that. Okay, and speaking of fun things that I did over my birthday weekend, fed some ducks, pounded some ciders, found some nice ones from Oregon, and watched
dry. I hope. I hate sweet ciders. Dry.
Oh no, Cosmic Crisp,
dried
Corvallis, Oregon, and watched the fantastic new Mario movie, which you can get now at home. But not everyone's a fan of the Mario movie. And at Antisocial Butterfly tweets, I would love to hear the justification behind this. And it's the Rotten Tomatoes scores. Cuties 2020 comedy drama, 87% tomato meter, 15% audience score. Super Mario Brothers, the movie 2023, kids, family, and comedy, 59% tomato meter, 96% audience score.
Yeah, so, people are idiots. People are Philistine idiots, Luddites who don't know what
you're on the side of the critics. I would say this: the 87% critics might want to stay tuned for my story. I think they're going to like it.
Yeah, interesting, Pat, that you say that we are all Luddites who disagree. Listener Max sent that in and suggested that Hard Factor Pat may be in charge of the tomato.
Oh yeah, and you know what I did while taking a piss and reading that? I went, nice, Max, burned him down.
I haven't heard that one before.
You're so funny.
I mean, they love cuties and hate Mario. Have you seen Mario movie, Pat? It's great.
I'll just fucking get it. I'm sure it's great. I'm sure it's great as a popcorn flick that the audience is going to love and the critics are going to pan because it's not real art. I'm just saying, whatever. What was the message, Will? What was the social commentary on today's society?
How is it not real art? It's like a complete story that was made out of thin air.
Beating Bowser.
What do you mean? It was based on a fucking video game.
Yeah, which was made out of thin air.
Yeah.
I've got another recommendation for you guys. The Anna Nicole Smith documentary on Netflix. That's art because it shows her naked about 23 times.
Yeah, I need to see that too.
Holy crap.
I mean, so lots of good entertainment out there. Pat, sorry you're not entertained.
Naked
also,
dead ladies.
Yeah, it gets real sad at the end, but the first 40 minutes are fantastic.
Over to under 30 scenes.
Nude?
Yeah.
Right on it.
Good, I like that. That's good. I wanted to hear not knowing.
Yeah.
Well, sorry, Pat. Hopefully Cuties 2 drops later this year. You can.
I don't want to. I would never watch it. Like I've made my stance really clear, and you guys are in your own world, living your own thing. I'll never watch Cuties again. I wouldn't watch Cuties 2.
Are you sure it's art?
They said all they needed to say in Cuties 1. They don't need it to.
Exactly. Yeah. It's not a rewatch, guys.
Okay. Also, shout out to listener Landon. He tweeted this over the weekend. What got me through 4 years of college? 1, D Hall Cinnabons. 2, the gym. 3, Hard Factor News. 4, Chegg and Quizlet. I don't know. Is that something for college kids? And then 5, many beers. Too many people to thank. Consider just this post to be just
That's
that.
awesome.
Hell yeah.
Nice work, Landon.
Congrats, man.
Congrats, Landon.
Way to graduate. All right,
What's
time
like?
for the trends. Huh? What's up, Pat?
What's it like, Pat?
Oh, I'll DM Landon. Don't worry.
All right, time for the trends in sports. Brooks Koepka won the PGA. Wes, did you have any on Brooks?
No, I can't stand Brooks Koepka.
Okay, well, he won.
Let's talk about the hero, right?
first
There's a hero out there.
Oh, yeah.
Wasn't
there a hero?
Michael
Yeah.
Block.
There was a guy who hit the hole-in-one. Swish, right?
No, he's not the hero, though.
Yeah,
No,
he's
he is
the hero.
Yeah, he is.
Who are you
Michael
thinking
Block?
about? Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm talking about Michael Block.
Yeah.
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 He's
Oh, but
the PGA club professional.
That's why he's a hero.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because he's the guy that fucks the wives, not the guy that does good at golf. And he's good at golf out there.
And he hit the only hole in one of the tournament.
Oh, I missed that shit.
Yeah, oh, you didn't. That's what everybody's talking about.
No, I cried on the 18th hole when he made next year's tournament, though.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Also
Yeah, but
very
Brooks
cool.
Koepka won the tournament.
Yeah,
First
but-
live player to win a
Better
Masters.
story is Michael Block.
Yeah, sure. It was a great hole-in-one. He's great. But Brooks Koepka won.
what?
He actually won.
What's a live player doing on the PGA tournament? What's that?
They
about?
have to play him now because they have no players left.
In the majors, they let him play.
Yeah, because they don't. Otherwise,
Fucking ridiculous,
they would
man.
have no ratings, Pat, because they have shitty players.
It's like letting Michael Block come in and fuck your wife
Yeah.
in front of you.
I didn't learn much about golf. But my wife's happier.
Because he's a club pro. But my
Wipes
point
off
is,
my
like,
ass.
Yeah.
yeah,
I'm still a 24 handicap, but
he charges
My wife's
$150 an hour to fuck my wife.
yeah.
Yeah. The Nuggets are up 3-0 on the Lakers. The Heat are trying to go up 3-0 on the C's as we tape this in the NBA. In the NHL, the Panthers are up 2-0 on the Canes, and the Knights are up 2-0 on the Stars.
How about the
West.
Florida Panthers? Turns out maybe the Bruins were still very good, but the Panthers just peaked, and they're incredibly good because, the Bruins had the best regular season in the history of hockey ever. And the Panthers beat them down 3-1. They beat them in 7. And the Panthers I don't think they've lost since they lost.
And the Canes are really good, too. They're taking care of them. I mean, Panthers Knights is going to be a good final if it turns out that way. In the EPL, English Premier League, Man City locked up the title again for the second year, and they will be facing Inter in the Champions League finals on Saturday, June 10th to try and claim title of the best club in the world. Go Inter. Hope they spoil that. And at the bottom of the EPL table, Leeds United. They need a win against Tottenham, who they rarely beat, and an Everton loss to Bournemouth and Leicester City to lose or tie their last 2 games as well to avoid relegation next weekend. Can they stay in on the last day again, gentlemen? Is it possible?
Going down.
I think so.
They're going down.
Yeah, I think so.
Cannot wait.
Probably not. They're going down, which means I'm for Inter now. Okay, but at least the U.S., in good news, finally decided to give back the 6-foot-tall monster of the Earth statue to Mexico over the weekend. It's a 2,500-year-old Olmec stone sculpture that represents the gaping maw of a monster that is big enough to swallow people and may represent a symbolic entrance to the underworld that the USA had just taken from Mexico for some reason. Scientists claim the sculpture is important because it gives insights to the cosmic knowledge of the Olmecs, one of the founding cultures of America. It was taken in the 60s from Mexico City and given back on Friday in Denver with no further explanation from the U.S. government.
They just
Good.
took it.
Glad they gave it back. It was on the Legends of the Hidden Temple set for a long time, if I remember correctly.
Very recognizable, so that makes
Universal
sense. Pat.
Studios, I think. Yeah.
Can you put that picture back up? What are they claiming it takes you to? That's clearly a blowjob reference. They're lying. Their backstory is full of shit. They want it back because that's a blowjob doll.
I think it's the Olmec's like underworld god. But yeah, I mean, it looks like
it's like a god of blowjobs.
Right, but whose dick is that? Who does that service? Like a giant?
I don't know.
A giant gets onto the ground and gets a blowjob from the statue?
Just a mouth that sucks,
Yeah, but it's the size of a person.
It's like an ancient fleshlight. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
Thank you, Wes. Yeah.
For who?
I think they're lying about the underworld thing.
giants.
I think they want it back because it's like a sex thing.
Yeah, maybe
Maybe they think they have huge cocks. I don't.
It's a method of control. You see, little people are very scared of giants. So when you have these giant myths running around, you can easily control them, like Mexican people.
You know that the giant comes in here and fucks that
Like
statue
Godzilla and Japan. It's kind of the same thing.
Statues
you around with
that guy.
Aye, aye. I have no idea. That's just what I think.
No. Apparently, it was stolen. So it may have been stolen by studios. That was probably a remake, because I would imagine the U.S. government stole it. It's a gigantic statue, and it was probably to study like It's about like not ancient knowledge of the stars, basically.
It's like
They
a black
nailed
hole.
that
It's a
stuff
black
back
hole
in the day.
reference.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
They
So
knew
like
more than anyone.
So anyways, the government just handed it back and was like, there you go. All right. Thanks to Nat for letting us know about the Olmecs, and to Little Shrimp and all the other listeners who sent this next one in. And guys, you were all right. There's a war between the humans and the orcas brewing, and it's escalating rapidly. Alfredo Lopez Fernandez, a biologist at the University of Aveiro in Portland, told Live Science this about the orca war. He said, "The orcas are doing this on purpose. Of course, we don't know the origin or the motivation, but defensive behavior based on trauma as the origin of all of this gains more strength for us every day. White Gladys had a critical moment of agony. That traumatized orca is the one that started this physical contact with the boat." So basically, the orcas,
dude, they have
that
a
got
William
chopped
Wallace,
up.
a
Yeah.
female William Wallace now. This is not good. Dude.
Yep,
They,
and there's
they
two of them.
They
Yeah.
teach their young how to do
Yeah,
shit.
she hates humans because they injured her. Right?
Yeah.
Will?
Stole her
You
husband.
see them.
Yeah.
Look, no.
Yeah.
There's white and black Gladys, and they have all these fucking scuffs all over them from
Yeah,
boats. They've been
from
fucked up
boats.
by boats.
Oh, Jesus.
So basically,
this is
these
not good.
orcas that got chopped up by boats around like 2019, 2020, sometime in there in the Strait of Gibraltar, have been showing the other orcas in that area how to fuck up sailboats.
Yeah,
And
they're sick of us now, dude.
Yeah, and now they've sunk 3 yachts in the last year, and incidents are on the rise.
At least that we know
Yeah.
of.
Right.
How many
And if
how many unimportant people without GPSs and little crafts were eaten by them?
Yeah.
Yeah. Hopefully not.
Trying to get
But
around the world for some
Yeah.
reason.
they're sinking rich people's yachts. And if I'm Jeff Bezos, who just bought the world's biggest yacht that's all over the angry orca waters in Spain, I'm dropping everything and figuring out how to befriend the orcas before it's too late, because he's going to be public enemy number 1 for them. Biggest yacht. The
It's a
orcas
pretty
are
sick
attacking
yacht. He's using it right now. He's getting the
I know, but
use
he's
out of
gotta
that yacht.
consider.
You know what? That's what happens when you get a yacht. It's like a toy on Christmas, right? You use the shit out of it for the first, I don't know, what's the half-life of using a yacht? 3 months, year,
Lifetime.
and then you
Yeah,
stop
I mean,
using the
I think
yacht.
they last forever, pretty much.
No, I know they do, but I'm saying people stop using the fucking yacht, bro. It's like why you don't buy
And
it.
not as frequently, probably.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like any new toy. Yeah, but I mean, like, I don't know. I mean, you don't want the orcas to escalate this all the way. There's only one more step they could take, which is fading humans on sight, and that would mean that humans would just get eaten when they went into the ocean.
So we have to kill this Gladys.
But what?
I mean-
no, it's too late because if we kill Gladys, then
Then it's going to get even worse.
even
We
more
gotta take out the whole pod.
more
It's like-
martyrdom. We have to kill.
That's like killing William Wallace.
Yeah, exactly. We have
gotta-
to unfortunately kill anyone she's
Right.
talked to, and they can communicate so many miles under the water. Like you have to pretty much take out like a 1,000 square mile radius of orcas.
I mean, without
late.
you can't orca
Might be
genocide it. It's too many. I think you have to start a counterinsurgency.
What about
Only her
apologizing?
pod.
No. What, dude? You start a counterinsurgency over here, North American waters, where the orcas aren't tainted by these, Gladyses, the white Gladys.
Glad
So
eye.
then
Punk
over
guys.
here, yeah, you get them on your side, and then you get them to finally confront the other ones with you, and then
You got to avatar them. We got to get inside an orca.
Just get him sick. It's easy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm with
get 'em
Pat. Just
sick.
get him sick.
Yeah, just introduce some.
No.
Yeah, get them
What
sick.
do you mean no?
I mean,
Well,
they're
we've gotta wipe
majestic
these things
beasts.
What if you
Majestic
get them sick and then you like have a guy dive down and give her a shot and cure her and be like, hey humans, Gladys, it was us.
I think I'm on the orca's side, and like over yacht people.
we know you're on the orca.
How many
side.
yacht people? No, I'm on the orcas. Okay, and speaking
There's
of
children on
that
those yachts.
area of the world, what's that
Rich
one?
children.
There's
are
rich
the-
children
There's
on
rich
those yachts.
children on those yachts.
No, there's not. There's only like
Sometimes.
no, there's
on their
mostly
weekends.
probably just underage
also
prostitutes.
a lot of
Those are
hot
the only
women on
children
those
the
yachts.
yacht.
Well, those underage prostitutes don't deserve it. Look, we got it. Well, look, unfortunately we called this. We need to correct this action because we need their help against the robots. This is going to escalate. This is going to escalate quickly, as predicted by us. Again,
yeah, I'm telling you, a peaceful resolution is better than what you guys are talking about.
I'm fine with the peaceful resolution. I just, I told you so. Again,
right. We got to move on though.
Here we go. Speaking of that area of the world, there's a guy named Russ who's trying to run across Africa right now. He's going to end up in North Africa where the orcas just sank their last boat. Check out his video. He posted.
Day 30 of running the entire length of Africa. Whoa. 1 month into this mission, and this is the progress I've made so far on the map.
Not far.
We've battled through mountains, deserts, robberies, wildlife, and illness. But if there's one thing I'm more sure about now than ever before, it's that I will make it to that finish line in Tunisia. Brick by brick, this wall is getting built, and I'm coming for that world record. First person to ever run the entire length of Africa. Come on!
All right.
Car
excited, Russ. Russ is excited, man.
Car crash.
Wait, was the green how far he's gotten in a month?
Yeah, 2 countries in.
He's
got like
South
20
Africa.
20 more countries.
So this is going to be
Zimbabwe, I think.
It's going to be a 2-year run.
One out of South.
Yeah.
So August is coming up.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's
hot.
Southern Hemisphere. Hemisphere, so it's cold up. It will be their winter. It's not cold. It's always fucking hot. But he's like a cocky Forrest Gump, African style.
He's gotten about 5% of the way in a month.
Dude, pretty much the only thing that kept Forrest Gump alive was his humility.
True.
Yeah, and this guy's not humble at all, Pat. His at is at hardest geezer, very cocky on social media to stay up to date with the latest progress on that.
How many miles is that, Will?
A shitload. I don't even know, man. Like 10K. I mean, I don't know. That's a fucking. I don't know. And we've got now. Most of this stuff is cool in the coffee day, but this is a very uncool one. We've got to discuss right now. The Wall Street Journal has reported that Jeffrey Epstein of Little Girl Sex Island, Epstein Island, and the Lolita Express and the no video jail cell suicide found out back in 2010-ish that Bill Gates was having an affair with a Russian bridge player who somehow is in her 20s, right? How often you hear of a bridge player in her 20s, right? A Russian bridge player in her 20s named Mila Antonova. And there she is with Gates there.
Creepy pick, Gates.
Yeah, he's a creep. He just looks like a creeper.
That's just a pic of a dude in his 60s with a 20-year-old he's banging.
I know, but he's giving off major Woody Allen vibes in that picture. He looks
he gives off Woody Allen vibes in general. Yeah. And Epstein even paid for this chick to go to coding school back when the affair was going on. But then after the affair was over and when shit was already going south for Epstein in 2017, he emailed Gates to demand repayment for the coding schooling, and implied that he would expose the affair if Gates didn't pay him back, according to the Wall Street Journal. And so, basically it seems like Epstein was just a slime ball, underage pimp who did all the sexual and tax dirty work for the ultra wealthy, especially people like Bill Clinton, Donald Trump, Prince Andrew, Alan Dershowitz, Kevin Spacey, and Bill Gates for sure, until, Epstein got suicided in jail for it eventually. And so those are the kings of the boomers, everyone.
What a meeting that must have been between all of them about how they were going to handle him,
Right. The Boomer King meeting.
What a dinner. What a dinner that must have been.
He's got stuff on me I can't have get out.
The wine they cracked open during that meeting must have been incredible.
We got to kill him. Kill him. You got to kill him. Yeah, you got to.
I mean, dude, I'll be honest with you. This is tame as fuck. Which is Bill Gates was banging an of-age bridge player, right? Well married. This is
but he had Epstein doing all the financial work to keep her happy while away from his wife. That's what Epstein's job was.
Well, right, but that's Epstein's MO. It's not like he was like, "Hey Jeff, I need you to do this." Jeff was like, "I'll do it," because that was his thing. He'd build fucking blackmail against you. Right, but my point is, this is the tip of the iceberg, boys, or whatever.
No, I agree with you, Pat, but I think he had blackmail on everyone, and the reason that's bad for Gates is because Gates isn't like a traditional playboy that everyone's like, oh, Gates is out there philandering.
Yeah, he's
around.
a part of the crew. He's part of the Boomer King crew.
Well,
it's about as bad.
It could cost him in a divorce if there's proof that he was the only person committing, adultery. It could cost him $50 billion because he has that
Doesn't
much
matter.
money.
He gave the giving pledge. It doesn't matter.
I'm just saying that's why
it could have.
Does that matter?
It could have.
It could have.
Which means he's already given his money away.
One of his best buds was an underage pimp.
All right, you can keep tracking the conservative Bill Gates line, but my point
Dude,
is,
I'm including Donald Trump in there too.
It
Pat,
ain't that bad.
Why are you mad that Bill Gates was buddies with
because
Jeffrey
it's a
Epstein?
conservative thing to shit on Bill Gates. It is.
What are you
it
talking
is,
about?
Say shit that's not true.
That Epstein paid for his
I don't think
schooling.
politics had anything to do with the Epstein bros. They're all
right.
Yeah, what are you
they're all just
talking
into
about,
sex.
Okay.
It has nothing. It's not political.
It's a trope. Yeah. Okay. All right. It is a trope. Do you not know that's a conservative
Are you
trope?
like for the Epstein guys now? Are you like, hey, give him a break? You know?
Yes,
Give these
clearly
guys
he
a
is.
break.
Clearly. Yeah. Thank you, Wes, for stirring the shit in a way that will be probably believed is true, even though that's clearly not true.
Wes is just over there, the big old pot.
Well, I just don't think it's good for
He
him.
also launched COVID and is
don't get me
is
started
telling
on
us
Bill Gates
that
and
we need to
COVID.
quit meat.
Yeah.
He's
He's
doing that.
killing beef.
He wants to chalk the sky, chalk the sun out of the
I do
sky.
think that probably Epstein. Yeah, he does want to chalk the sky. I think Epstein probably had dirt on all these people. You know, that's his thing.
Yeah, we got to
Oh,
do
yeah.
it. Put him down. Okay, which brings us to better news in
The cream of the crop!
and in North Queensland, Australia, which I'm told is like their Florida. Residents got to see a meteor falling over the weekend, which would be so fucking cool to see in real life. Check it out.
Oh, damn.
Boom! Just like from the sky, this like green bright light comes down, zoom, like makes a huge impact with the earth. Big ass like red fucking like lights.
This is
in the
cool
whole sky.
after. This is cool
Yeah.
after you realize
So
that it's not a
cool, man.
nuclear weapon.
There you go, Pat. Because I would think that death is coming any second after that.
Yeah, but
right?
when you
Right.
didn't, I mean, they didn't die. Like it lit up bright at first. You would first be like, "Oh shit, is it?"
We're
gonna-"
done.
Yeah,
And then you're like, "Oh no, that was just
And
the
then-
coolest fucking thing I've ever seen."
go change your pants and call people and be like, "Oh, it's cool."
Yeah, it was fucking cool, dude. I feel like
Who-
you would just party so hard after seeing a meteor fall like that, like you or
Whatever.
whatever.
You
You're
realize there
gonna
wasn't radiation coming.
bang,
for you.
like you're gonna eat.
My first thought would be like Pat saying nuclear weapon. My second thought would be like aliens. That was like an alien craft, and now the aliens are next door. They're right
I
there.
think it's like pretty meteor. Like when you think back,
Oh, that
on-
looked
you-
meteor to you?
I mean, yeah.
I don't know. I'm thinking the worst always in every scenario.
I mean, you're super happy you didn't die after you.
Did
said
it
that.
land on the ground at all? Like, was there an impact there?
Yeah,
at
it
all?
smashed it down somewhere in like the far away though, so it didn't fuck with.
But it
anything.
could have fucked someone up.
If it is smashed like in a city, yeah, it
Yeah,
could've.
yeah.
But it smashed like in the
Yeah, I think
outback or
meteors
whatever.
have
the
killed
bush,
people.
mate, the bush.
Yeah.
That's all good.
That's cool.
It's all good. Just fucking awesome. And in our own Florida, the original Florida, the one that still does it best, local residents from North Miami all the way up to Boynton Beach got to see a Florida man steal a fire truck and get it into a high-speed chase with police on Friday night. Here is the video. Check him out. He's just on the highway. And, it's
I
just
hope he
him
knew
and the
about a fire
truck.
that they didn't know about.
How many cop cars?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12,
It's
13,
like
14, 15, 16, 17, 18,
more.
19,
Whoa.
20, 21, 22, 23,
50
24,
cop
25,
cars?
26,
60?
27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38. Yeah, too many to count. Literally too many to count.
The whole state of Florida's chasing this fucking
Well, I
guy.
feel like there were some citizens in there.
Is this a diversion?
West,
You can go
a few.
commit a crime in this town now because every cop.
Dude, people
is-
get pissed about this. People get pissed about this.
Yeah.
Like this happened with the Boston bomber situation. Way different, but yeah.
Right, that as they should have all been going, but this is just one guy in a fire truck.
This is just
taking
one-
taking every single police in 3 counties on
It's
his
crazy.
Yeah,
the
Mark's
cops are
right.
still
It's just
coming.
a fucking fire truck.
Yeah, like, there's definitely worse crimes going on.
Yeah.
That's how hyped up
Yeah,
cops
right?
are, man. I'm telling you.
Dude, that
But
they
it
don't
could-
like you stealing fire trucks, man.
No.
No, they don't like that. They're brothers of the firemen.
You know, domestics didn't get service that night?
ours.
Oh,
It's
we're
one
not
of ours.
stopping, Mark.
This is the closest I've ever had to officer down.
Sirens on it.
Yeah.
And it was 3
Let's beat 'em
counties.
up.
He went through 3 counties, so he was picking up cop after cop after cop. The cops were very upset at 31-year-old LaCambrick Hannah for taking the stolen fire truck through 3 counties on a 45-minute chase, and he stole it at a training exercise in North Miami. But in his defense, Hannah told the judge that he does have a CDL. So it got laughs in the courtroom. But
That's
the
awesome.
judge was like, yeah, I'm still throwing the book at you. Do you see how many cops chase you on the highway? And he also hit an empty squad car on that chase. So the odds that he gets off light are extremely low.
If you're a cop in that area, why are you jumping in if you're at the tail end?
Yeah.
You know, like why?
Right. When you have 60 cars,
what's the fucking
I'm not
point,
wasting my
dude?
time.
But they're jumping in.
No, they want to be part of the story, bro.
Yeah. I think they all got a few shots in on them.
Well, LeCambrick, he was like a really good high school football player in California, and he looked. No, I think they just let him like
Body
he just.
shots. The best part of the video is he
didn't
probably
get beat
did have a
up.
CDL because he knew he had his lights on. The fire truck had its lights on.
Yeah, he was running it well.
That's awesome.
Dude, if I was him and I was in that situation, I'd be calling a buddy, my best buddy, and be like, I need you to start a fire somewhere, buddy.
Yeah.
Just start a fucking fire somewhere.
Yeah.
So just go and burn something down and tell me where to go.
And he goes and puts it out. Yeah.
Yeah, because that's a get out of jail free card, dude.
Totally.
If his buddy burns the right building down and he rolls up on it, he's like, why are you chasing me? Grab a hose.
Throw a cat in the tree, will you?
Yeah, exactly. That'd be awesome.
LeCambrick could have been playing chess. We won't know until he gets out, But if maybe he was like
Bit of an overreaction for a stolen fire truck.
yeah,
I mean,
60
dude,
cars.
Will, put it up again. Put it on mute.
How many
put,
cars?
Put this shit up again.
There were less cops
Put it on
chasing
mute,
OJ.
but yeah, here you go. So here he comes, and so there's no cop cars in front of him. And here he
He's got
comes
his
down the
lights on.
highway.
Look at him. He knows
He's
what
got the
doing.
lights. All the cars immediately following him. These like 12 are all cops.
What are they going, like 60? It's not like he's going 110. They're
No.
going
He's not even
Like, look at this cop.
anyone.
This cop's coming off the exit to be
Yeah.
75th in line.
Yeah.
Right.
now
And
he's
but
blocking
now
the
there's
exit.
some. I think there are some civilians.
He's merging. That cop's merging.
Yeah, see, that's not a cop car. That Forerunner. There's
Yeah.
like
It's like
insane.
CIA agents in there.
There's a whole another wave coming.
Yeah. We got to get in there.
All
There's
'cause
the
LeCambrick
Stadies.
was just driving the thing. Yeah. So, anyways, they were pretty upset. And
There's a lot
it
of
was great-
Chargers in Florida, though, so you can't really
It's like
tell which is a cop car.
It's like
and
a
which
cop
is-
funeral. There were that many cops.
Yeah.
And I feel like he'll always have this video. So the charge probably isn't that bad, honestly. At the end of the day, it's like stealing. I don't know,
Yeah. What was he going to get? Like 3 months in jail?
stealing public equipment.
6
something like
months?
that.
Yeah.
Hey, Mark, to answer your question, April 4th, 1490, potentially 10,000 people died in the Chinese city of Qingyang.
Whoa!
Me-
when a
meteor
meteor
shower.
crash, yeah. So you don't want it to hit your fucking city, that's for sure. But it would be the coolest thing ever if you saw it
10,000.
crash.
Damn,
Not
we're
too much
due.
since then. Not
We're
too much
due
since
for
then.
one, huh?
That's what the whole. That's what a lot of these ancient apocalypse.
They
people
range
talk
in
about,
size,
Ice
right?
Age, all
There's
that
comets and meteors. That
1888 was
Yeah.
the last one in present-day Iraq.
Okay, so every 400 years.
We did one story where one landed in
call.
some lady's house and it landed on her bed, but she was sleeping in the guest bed. She lived
Yeah, but
because
that
there was a
wasn't
small one. It
10,000.
was a
Yeah.
small one.
Small ones hit all the time, I think,
Yeah.
but a 10,000er, that's big.
Yeah, that's huge. And thanks to Down Under Dick and Philippe for sending those cream ones in. And that's today's coffee, which was brought to you by our new sponsor, Fume. And cold turkey may be great on sandwiches, but there's a better way to break your bad habits. You don't have to go to an Aaron Rodgers darkness retreat. We're talking about our sponsor, Fume. And they look at the problem in a different way. Not everything in a bad habit is wrong. So instead of a drastic, uncomfortable change, why not just remove the bad from your habit? And Fume is an innovative, award-nominated device that does just that. Instead of electronics, Fume is completely natural. Instead of vapor, Fume uses flavored air. And instead of harmful chemicals, Fume uses all natural, delicious flavors. It's like a fidget spinner that you can breathe fresh, delicious, minty, peppery, or fruity air through right at your desk or wherever you are. Instead of bad, Fume is good. It's a habit you're free to enjoy and makes replacing your bad habit easy. Your Fume comes with an adjustable airflow dial and is designed with movable parts and magnets for fidgeting, giving your fingers a lot to do, which is helpful for de-stressing and anxiety while breaking your habit. And you can spin the bottom and put new flavors in with like a little insert and a snap. Pretty nifty little device, keeps your hands and mouth busy. And stopping is something we all put off because it's hard. But switching to Fume is easy, enjoyable, and even fun. Fume has served over 100,000 customers and has thousands of success stories. There's no reason that that can't be you. Join Fume in accelerating humanity's breakup from destructive habits by picking up the Journey Pack today. Head to tryfume.com and use code HARDFACTOR to save 10% when you get the Journey Pack today. That's tryfum.com and use code HARDFACTOR to save an additional 10% off your order today.
Hell yeah. I'm excited about not biting my nails, because that's like one of the big things that can help you not do. That's a bad habit that it can help you stop doing.
Oh, yeah. It's great. It's great. It
Nail biting.
Keeps you
doing that
occupied.
for 38 years.
Nail biter, too.
Fuck.
This show is also sponsored by Betterhelp. Guys, I don't know about you, but pretty much the only time I, spend taking care of myself is when I'm sleeping. Other than that, it's, kid, driving him to and from school, doing this and that, working, clients. There's not much balance. How about you guys? You guys take care of yourselves?
No. Besides my appointments with BetterHelp, no.
Right. Yeah. And it's right.
Not
there
me.
you go, Will. It's very easy to get caught up in what everyone else needs from you and never take a moment to think about what you need from yourself. Hey, if you're not running on your best on all cylinders, you can't take care of the people that you love as well as they should be taken care of. That's why you need to go to someplace like BetterHelp, talk to a therapist. Therapy can give you the tools to find more balance in your life so you can keep supporting others without leaving yourself behind. I've mentioned it many times. Therapy was integral in getting me sober. I went to a therapist regularly, and it was critical in, getting me to the point where I needed to be. So if you're thinking of starting therapy, give BetterHelp a try. It's entirely online, designed to be convenient, flexible, and suited to your schedule. Just fill out a brief questionnaire to get matched with a licensed therapist and switch therapists at any time for no additional charge. If you've been thinking about therapy, this is a great way to try it out, get into it. It's convenient. And it will really change your life around. So if you've been thinking about it, just fucking do it, because it'll really help. So find more balance with BetterHelp. Visit betterhelp.com/hardfactor today and get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/hardfactor. All right, guys. I don't know if I've ever told you this, but back in 2006, I was the victim of a hate crime. First, a little backstory.
Yeah. Okay.
At the time, I was a senior at George Mason University. I had developed a rather large cocaine habit, most of which I never paid for. You see, my friend's mom had moved out of his childhood home and left him in charge of it. So he rented it out to a few shady characters, one being a 6'6" man we called Andre the Giant. And Andre was two things. He was a bouncer at a popular bar in town, and he was also a coke dealer, which is a combination for success.
Very a very common combination. I got to say, as a former low level, mostly just weed, but sometimes other stuff mixed in, and then door guy at the same time. I can tell you confidently, it is a common combination.
Yeah, waiters love coke.
Well, your clients are right there, aren't they?
Clients are right
they
there.
are right there.
You know who to get, when, how. Yeah,
They have to interact with you.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. And you have
True. They got to walk through your door.
You have secret doorways you can put them in and stuff, and not get.
That's right.
You're the security. Who's going to kick you out? You?
Yeah.
Right.
You can't lose combo.
I don't think so.
Exactly.
Nope.
You own that bathroom. Now I
sometimes you have to clean it. That's your job.
Yeah. Oh, you clean it up after all the.
And I can't prove it, but I do believe Andre paid for rent in the house with coke. And because my friend was an even bigger cokehead than I was, I reaped the spoils of that relationship.
What a bad scene that is. What a bad.
Just Wes with unlimited Andre coke.
What could go wrong
for the guy that owns the house?
Yeah. Now, to say the least, the house was constantly had shady people in and out of it. One day you would walk in, there would be a high-stakes poker game going on. The next, there would be people doing crack at the kitchen table. And as you guys might remember, during the peak of my drinking partying days, I had quite a mouth on me. And add a few lines of coke to that mouth, and the people wanted to kill me. One time I mocked Andre the Giant's size and rather deep voice, and he picked me up by my throat in the living room on a weekday in broad daylight. You see,
was that the hate crime?
No. As a joke, I had thrown a lighter in the fireplace without anyone knowing, and when it finally exploded, it startled the giant, And, and upon being lectured by my friend and him, giants hate to be scared. They
well,
don't like
takes away from their demeanor.
Yeah, exactly.
Everyone thinks they're big tough guys.
You peel an onion back when you scare a giant. So upon being lectured about what a piece of shit I am, I said something along the lines of, "Shut up, Andre, you giant, deep-voiced cocksucker." And that's when he nearly killed me. But back to the hate crime.
Do it.
Yeah. Also in the house.
What did you say? You want to buy some Coke?
First and lighter,
And a Graham.
So there were these two brothers whom my buddy rented a room to, and they were the biggest pieces of shit I ever known. We hated each other. And one day my buddy had enough and finally kicked them out. And on the day they moved out and left for the last time, my car was unfortunately sitting in the driveway. So it was a parting gift. One of them, one of the pieces of shit keyed giant letters on my passenger door, which I got to admit is brilliant because it took me longer to notice, in all caps, F-A-G. Okay.
It was noticeable too.
Yeah,
you
when
guys
there was cardboard over your car. We're wondering what that was about.
Was it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Took me a while.
There was a sheet of cardboard. So we said, "Wes, what's up with that, man?" Wes was just like maybe going to join our crew. He was like on an audition basis essentially. And he was like, "What's under the cardboard, Wes?"
Yeah. When we first started hanging out with Wes, that was
Shotgun the
giant
movie.
letters, and we were like, "Uh-oh, is he gay?
It was probably Shotgun the movie.
Try to bonus?"
Wes, one thing I never understood about that one was
we know it's a hate crime.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he was hate crime.
Mean.
But one thing does it count though because you're not?
I was going to ask you that. Does it count
I
as
don't
a hate
think it
crime?
counts because you're not gay.
No,
But it was certainly hateful.
What if you kissed one dude on the lips to make it a hate crime?
he did.
I mean, I've said
see?
some really, some things that are questionable,
Wait. So these guys did this. These were brothers that lived in the house and got booted.
Yeah, they were I'm 99% sure they were brothers, but they were much younger and they were just pieces of shit.
Sounds like they didn't like Wes and vice versa, and they knew that the reason they got kicked out was Wes, so they took it out
So
of
they hit him
Wes's
with
car.
the F-bomb.
And you were like, "Good, bye, guys."
Yeah,
Get out of here.
We hated each other.
One thing I didn't understand, Wes, though, is that you went to the lengths of taping cardboard over it, but you never just painted it over or got like that stuff.
I don't even know what eventually I did do to it.
You never did anything to it.
You wrecked the car, sold the car.
Sold the car.
He turned the A into like an anarchist symbol.
Oh yeah, you're right.
It was like fog.
I did. I did. I like covered up a bad tattoo.
Yeah. He
yeah.
made the A look more like an O. I hate the fog.
That's right. Yeah. And okay, so one, I wanted to ask you guys.
It's a Nissan Altima.
It was a black Nissan Altima, very noticeable.
Base model.
Yeah, it was awesome. I love that car. Again, I think we've discovered that maybe it wasn't a hate crime. But two, have any of you guys had a keying experience you'd like to share before I get to why I told you all this bullshit about myself?
A keying experience.
No, keying is bad. Keying is I did everything. I did every bad thing that there was, but keying was like there was funny bad, and then there was bad, and keying is bad. Messing with someone's
it's
car.
Just such a pain in the ass.
I took a shit on someone's car, and I'm saying that's keying's too far.
Well, shitting on a car is less bad.
Yeah, it's funny first of all,
temporary.
Pat, and you take
it's like silly string.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Everyone gets a good laugh. Even he's like, okay.
Yeah.
What is that, human shit?
You just drive to the car wash.
That's
What did I do?
dedication.
What did I do? A human came over into Reston, Virginia, and shit on the hood of my car in the suburbs. What could I have done?
Honestly, I'm just glad he didn't key it.
Yeah.
Exactly. Dude.
And you're like, oh God.
Yeah.
The reason I told you this is because I was reminded of that dark time in my life by. Let's go to God. I looked up how to say this now. Coquitlam. It's just outside of Vancouver in British Columbia, where Mounties are searching for the most vengeful bitch the city has ever seen. And here's a local news story with an incredible news person's voice to tell you more.
A Kia?
Caught on camera, a woman is seen deliberately damaging cars at 2 dealerships in the Tri-Cities. She's accused of keying more than 400 vehicles, causing $500,000 in damage. And tonight, police need your help in tracking her down. As CTV's Sinjin Alexander reports, this
just going down the line, keying cars.
Some sort of vendetta.
Always acting alone, always at night, yet never looking flustered, wandering rather calmly, leaving her mark everywhere. At one point, glancing at the surveillance camera before leaving what appears to be another message.
Right there, right on the hood.
She's doing a flathead screwdriver.
Yeah. That there is something
This guy's
personal
got a trailer
with
to movies
this
for us.
suspect.
Personal because that suspect, a woman perhaps in her 50s, always targets the same owners.
This guy was the voice of Cheaters, I think.
It's clear that it's the same suspect that has been returning to the car dealerships to intentionally damage all of the vehicles
Boy, she needs
parked on the
Betterhelp.
lot.
Beginning in January, there she is, this time prepared for the weather. The suspect hit one lot, damaging about
new
40
Broncos
cars.
right there.
Later on, she went back to Journey Chrysler
it's
on
just
Dominion.
so, I mean,
and the
like,
other location on Lougheed,
what does this do
damaging
for
an
you?
estimated 400 vehicles.
Just hates car dealerships?
By day, the evidence is
She obviously
easy to
was
spot.
wronged by who owns
Damaging
this
one
dealership.
vehicle, then going to the next vehicle, and the next vehicle, and the next vehicle, until they damage all of the vehicles that are parked on the lot.
Straight up.
Mounties are baffled, but do not believe
How
it's
they
related
not
to
on
an
there?
incident in November when several people were injured during an armed robbery at the Lougheed lot. The suspect, who also scraped the outside of the building, caused an estimated $500,000 damage.
In my 15 years of policing, I have not seen this amount of vehicles being purposely damaged all at one time with one suspect.
She left in what's likely a 2008 Ford Escape. Mounties are confident.
Anyway. Okay, so obviously, what do you guys think?
How does the math add up?
They brought in the Mounties, man.
Well, that's the Mounties are the police, right?
400 cars, $500,000. That's over $10,000 a car, right? That can't be right. It can't cost that much to paint a car.
400 cars at
Over 500,000.
Multiple times, though, or is that
$1,000 a
total?
car is. It's,
Oh,
they
I
said
guess you're right. Yes, $1,000 a car. I did the math wrong.
Yeah, it's
okay.
a little bit
Is
more
that,
than $1,000 a car.
Okay, that I guess so.
Yeah.
That's kind of right because they're probably just.
eyeballing her.
Yeah, they are highballing it, but they're still just
some of
probably
them are
replacing
expensive, like those brand new
panel.
Broncos and
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah.
And also,
No,
that's
the-
on the hood and shit.
She's
Probably
the RCMP is the
scratching,
FBI.
scratching. Yeah.
Oh,
They're,
Mounties
they're
are
the
FBI?
feds. They're the feds, yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought police were just called Mounties. Anyway, also the Mounties put out this description, which is no doubt going to piss this bitch off even more. So expect Mountie cars to be targeted next. Quote: the suspect is described as a white woman between 40 and 50 years old, with shoulder-length blonde hair and a heavy build. I mean, guys, what are you doing? You just riling her up.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Calling her fat. She's 60. I don't know. I don't know where the 40 to 50 range is right there, but that's a 60-year-old
Yeah,
woman.
she's clearly got gray hair.
that
So I don't know why
Roseanne?
I don't know why they called her blonde. She clearly has gray hair, glasses, and she's like 60.
Yeah, she's an old broad.
Yeah.
So obviously she was fucking
She's
someone
the
at the dealership.
ex-wife of the owner of the
Yeah.
dealership.
That's right. So there you go.
Something like that. Yeah. Because it's only the one dealership, or
Two
is-
different dealerships.
Mul-
Probably
multiple
owned-
dealerships, same owner.
Yeah, probably the same owner.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, so yeah.
I would check the
definitely.
last name of the owner, like whatever Broncos, like whatever Ford, Kelly's Ford, and I would see if Kelly has like an ex-wife. Yeah.
I think someone knows exactly who it is.
With that,
And he's
said,
He's not doing much, probably.
Going
It's
on
bad.
that long, and he hasn't put a dedicated security guard out there to catch her red-handed. He definitely knows exactly why she's doing it, and is kind of letting her do it while he just reports it to insurance.
how's the divorce going, Mr. Kelly?
Yeah, not good. He just ask your Coke dealer if he knows any extra security guards. He will.
Yeah, exactly. That's
All right, I've got a new segment for you. I'm not so sure this is a good idea. Uber announced that starting today, Monday, May 22nd, or is that, that's the correct
today.
date. In some U.S. and Canadian cities, they are going to allow 13-year-olds to take rides by themselves without adult supervision. Previously, the age was 18 and up. So I've got to say, I'm not so sure this is a good idea.
What could go wrong, Mark?
Really teeing it up there for the pedos, right? They get in your car conscious and willing. You know, like it's a layup. No van with one-way locks or chloroform needed. Just sign up.
No, it's a real drug dealer doorman situation. If I'm being honest, like it's just
close the door on themselves.
Yeah, they get in your car. It's amazing for them. It's amazing for pedos. This is
in the back seat where there are child locks.
Yeah, exactly, Pat. They can't roll down the window. They can't.
It's like a pedophile's dream, basically.
Yeah, they cannot believe their luck. They're pinching themselves today.
Guys, I had that dream last night again. You know where they just get in your car.
Uber's doing it for them. Get in your car for you.
They called me over on an app.
Yeah,
it's amazing.
I just went and picked them up, man. They were waiting outside.
It's not good. Uber says that parents will be notified anytime their child is taking an Uber by themselves so that they can experience the abductions in real time.
Oh my God. That's the most terrifying text.
Ding! Your child's in the back of an Uber.
13-year-old child just got in the Uber with Victor.
Yeah, if you're watching that map and the guy goes like misses an exit and he goes past where he's supposed to take your kid, you're calling the police right away. That guy's getting pulled over by 8 squad cars.
You're looking up Google Maps and he took Waze, and you're on the phone immediately.
The parents will definitely be watching that map.
Now, Uber says that 13 to 17-year-olds will only be paired with experienced drivers with great ratings. But I bet a lot of pedos have great ratings because they've only been driving around adults until now. So 0 kidnappings, 5 stars.
Just
right?
waiting on this day. They've just been
waiting
on this day to ruin the rating.
Dude, I wouldn't doubt it, man.
Kidnap anyone yet.
I told you guys about that Boy Scout documentary where some guy was like, wherever there are children, pedophiles will go, and they will work themselves into the system. However they need to.
That's cool.
But look, but
you see at schools, Catholic schools, and all
there's
that.
There's going to be a surge in people becoming Uber drivers this week.
Right,
cab drivers.
So many pedophiles applied. If you applied today when the news broke about this, you probably need to be extra vetted.
Don't let anyone that applied today in.
But what's worse, a cab driver? Because a cab driver will take you when you're 13. I used to ride in cabs all the time when I was 13. No
Uber
problem.
drivers are worse, Pat.
Yeah,
they're worse.
Yeah.
What do you mean? Because they don't have to pay for the medallion, so they don't have like anything.
Exactly. It's a much less rigorous process to get a
right because it's like a 2-second sign.
I do Uber delivery driving in the process. I was driving within 7 hours of applying, and then they're like, they keep being like, do you want to please drive people instead of just food? And I'm like, no, but they're like begging me to become like it's so fucking easy to become an Uber driver. It's so easy.
No
I'd rather send my kid in a cab with a guy named Aziz driving than an Uber with a guy named Kevin driving.
With a guy who's like afraid he's going to get deported.
I mean, that makes sense.
Heavy breathing Kevin.
Go through a huge process.
Well, also, like, not that this makes a huge difference, but everyone driving a cab is a father, pretty much. Almost.
Yes, pretty much.
Like, almost everyone you meet in a cab is a family man.
Yeah, for sure, Pat. These could be like millionaires that just sign up for Uber to kidnap kids. Uber's also saying that this service will not allow any ride adjustments whatsoever. Like when you get in the Uber drunk and you're like, hey man, I need to stop and get cigs and a 12er. And they're like, sure, just add a new stop, dude. And you're like, dude, just pull into the 7-Eleven right there, you fucking dweeb. Like, and then they won't.
They fucking won't, dude.
You think the Uber drivers aren't going to? Dude, the Uber drivers will absolutely succumb to the pressure of teenagers.
No, they're not allowed to. No one's allowed to change the ride. Like you have to go from A to B.
Oh, right. No, they would get rushed by the cops.
So there's no way to get out of it. Like, hey, can you take me away from this horrible situation?
Correct. You're taking me to my deadbeat dad. I don't want to go there. And you're like, I'm so sorry. The Uber's making me. So the kids can't add stops and the driver's not allowed to either.
Like the police station.
Yeah, exactly. To the police station, can't have that. And the driver's totally just going to follow those rules and not drive these kids to a shack in the woods. Now, I get that other countries around the world have kids commuting at a young age. Like in Japan, 5-year-olds are taking the subway. But I feel like that's also stupid. That's stupid, Japan. And also in Japan, everyone's short and youthful looking. So pedophiles are just able to have sex with tiny adults, and it's all good.
I feel like there's a lot less crime in Japan, too.
Yeah.
Compared.
Way less.
A lot of honor culture.
Right. Just tell me, just say you're 8. You know, it's like fucking a 25-year-old.
I told Cam about this today on the way home, and I was like, you're about to turn 13. You can take an Uber to school next year. And he's like, I don't think that's such a good idea.
Yeah. Do you think that's a good idea, Wes?
Yeah.
How long you had that motherfucker in Taekwondo,
I would never do that.
You were just saying it to him
fucking
what
with
his
him.
reaction was?
Yeah, I was fucking with him, yeah. I would never.
He doesn't. So he's not comfortable with Uber drivers at his age.
In the height of my drinking, I was like a dream of mine that I could send him to school in an Uber.
Right. That's that's who's going to be sending these kids in these Ubers. Is divorcees that are lazy and like people that are bad parents. Exactly. So they're not going to even be paying attention to the app.
Yeah.
Furthermore, now we've covered the obvious pedophile angle, but furthermore, who in their right mind would want to drive a 13-year-old stranger around? Like, what the fuck conversation are you going to have with the kid as an Uber driver? Just gonna ride in silence, maybe put on like Teen Bops or Baby Shark or something for him? Like,
I mean, it's just more work. It's just more.
It's just
I guess
horrible.
For a guy that wants more fares, it's just more fares. But there's certainly
like a 13-year-old's gonna tip well.
No, definitely not. You'd have to assume the parents pay, right? Hopefully,
they can't tip.
It seems like a bad thing. And what if a kid makes like a false accusation, or what if the kid?
That'll happen too.
What if you drop the kid
Real
off?
shit.
What if you drop the kid off at the location and the pedophile was waiting there and kidnaps him, but he wasn't in an app driving him in a GPS, so they come to you because you're the last person that was with the fucking kid.
So I mean, we're gonna have like reports today.
It's gonna be litigation.
There's gonna be something that happens right away, right?
Even if they aren't
the worst.
Even if they weren't pedophiles, but like they're gonna be like telling the kids all about like their divorces and their relationships.
Yeah, they'll be accused of something.
Yeah,
smoking a cig.
Yeah, like this bitch.
Yeah. Don't ever get married. Don't ever get married.
Don't ever get married, kid.
To a 13. Why am I driving? I gotta work 3 jobs now.
They like to open up.
Yeah, and he's like, I don't, and like, I don't, this isn't my main gig. I do this on the side, and he's like pitching him this other thing.
Okay, that's cool. Thanks for letting me know that.
I got a calligraphy business. That's what I really like to do.
Hey, tell your friends. Your friends need like calligraphy things.
Oh my God.
Taking it to the internet, they also don't think it's a great idea. Like Dew says, this is not going to end well. Who's the idiot that thought this was a good idea? And then William comes in and says, it's Woody Allen at your service.
Yeah, I mean, it is a little weird. I think that this just means Uber is hurting for money. I think that's all it is. It's like Uber just needs cash, and they're like, let's let the floodgates open because we need more rides.
But they're going to be sued.
They're thinking about market share, dude. They're thinking about market share.
But doesn't it get shut down after the first kid disappears, though?
Absolutely.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you're going to have reports this week, right? Like this week, there's going to be something that at least a false report, if not
Sadly,
real.
this isn't a prediction that's going to be that impressive that we're going to tell you is right. Like, there's going to be some follow-ups on this with the abductions and stuff and people complaining in lawsuits. Stormtroopers in Stiletto says, thorough background check. That's nice, but there's a first time for every pedophile. Anyone who thinks this is a good idea needs their head examined.
What a comment.
Right.
It's first time getting caught, I guess. And then Jay says, in quotes, the trips are destination locked. He's quoting the article, meaning the driver can't change where they're going once the child is picked up. These are all in quotes. Okay. And then he goes, I'm a driver. The driver, in all caps, the driver never has any ability or control over changing the destination ever. Only the rider can do that. Please be aware that you're being misinformed regularly by this news site. Maybe this isn't important. Maybe it's a detail you consider inconsequential, but there are other details in other stories that you're also being misled about. Just beware. And then 2 guys come in behind him and say, I've been driving full time for 3.5 years and I've changed the destination many times. Maybe you just don't know how. And then another guy goes, I'm a driver and we absolutely can change the destination on our end.
Oh yeah, they can for sure, right?
Yeah,
you can tell him verbally.
Know how.
Yeah.
He hates that news site.
Dude, Jay got owned by the other driver.
Yeah, that's amazing. Maybe you just don't know how to. Yeah.
All right,
interpret stories. There you
go. Let me tell you a story, if you don't mind. It's some time ago. Put yourself in this story. It's some time ago. I don't know when, but it's not now. It's maybe a year ago, maybe 2 years ago. Okay. You're in your early 20s. Maybe you're 23, 22. Yeah, your name is Trayshawn Smith, and you're living in Chicago, and some shit goes down, and you have to pop off that thing that you keep on you, and before you know it, you hear that you're wanted for attempted murder. Uh-oh.
Well, and after you pop off that thing,
it
does tend to happen. You can get charges for popping off that thing.
If you fired it at a human, big time. And you need to get out of town. Stat. So you decide to lay low, about 100 miles south of Chicago, in the town of Lafayette, Indiana. Ever heard of it?
Great place to lay low.
Yeah.
Great place to lay low.
Hoosiers?
Great place.
Is that where that was?
Hoosiers. Well, it is the home of the Purdue Boilermakers, Will. And
Okay.
it's also in one of the most fun to say counties in all of America. That's Tippecanoe County. Try it.
Tippecanoe.
Try it.
Tippecanoe. Look
at the smile on your faces.
That's awesome.
Tippecanoe.
It's pretty good, right? Yeah. There weren't smiles on the faces of the Native Americans in 1811 during the Battle of Tippecanoe.
No.
Where American forces, led by then Governor and future President William Henry Harrison of the Indiana Territory, against Native Americans, whose forces were associated with Shawnee leader Tecumseh and his brother Tenskwatawa, who's commonly known as the Prophet. Yeah, that didn't go well for them. But guys,
No.
I like Lake Titicaca too.
Titicaca is a lot of fun too.
Yeah.
But that's not here. We don't have that. Guys, well, pronouncing the county in which Lafayette sits is like a ride on a roller coaster. Lafayette's not all fun and games, especially in the Romney Meadows apartment complex, where in March, a tragic incident took place in which a 5-year-old got a hold of a gun and shot and killed his 1-year-old brother. Right? It's horrible.
Whoa.
Absolutely terrible. Very bad. I guess well on the run from a potential 80-year prison sentence, Trayshawn Smith knew he could hold up in the Romney Meadows apartment complex. He couldn't go to the Ritz, you know what I mean? He had to lie low.
Right.
He wanted to go to a place the law didn't come around. Romney Meadows fit the bill perfectly. And if you told Trayshawn when he got there the manner in which he would eventually end up getting caught for that attempted murder, he would have never believed you. Absolutely no way. But there he was on Thursday night being placed in handcuffs and being put in a police car, shipped back to Cook County to face the music. You guys aren't going to believe it either. Trayshawn was just hanging out Thursday night at his friend Jalen Artis's apartment. Well, it wasn't her apartment. It was her sister's apartment. But she was hanging there, 21-year-old Jaden Artis. She's from Gary.
That's an even better place to lay low, like a friend's sister. So it's not even like it's hard to connect the dots.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. And this friend's sister, her apartment, Romney Meadows. They're hanging out. And Jalen Artis and Trayshawn were probably just chatting, I don't know, about the tragedy that took place a couple of doors down just 2 months earlier. Especially since Jalen, she had her 3-year-old baby there with her. And just then, as they were probably talking about the tragedy, when they least expected it, the 3-year-old baby came in the room and opened fire.
What?
Yeah, absolutely. Hitting his mother and Trayshawn with a single bullet. Look, good news. They didn't die. They did not die. But wouldn't you know it, Trayshawn, when he left the hospital, was placed under arrest for attempted murder because he had an outstanding warrant.
That's how he got caught. A 3-year-old put him down.
Baby shot him.
Because a 3-year-old
That's embarrassing.
shot
That's
him.
not a good story to tell in jail.
It's pretty embarrassing.
With his gun too, right? So the kid got his hands on his gun.
Well, look, police say they don't know how the kid got a gun, but I got a pretty good idea.
It's Trayshawn's gun.
Yeah,
it's got to be
So
Trayshawn's
Trayshawn's
gun.
just leaving his gun around the house, and then the 3-year-old grabs it and shoots him.
That's embarrassing.
Wow, that's embarrassing.
He yells at the kid as he's getting taken away. When I get out, I'm going to kill you.
Oh, Trayshawn.
Let's hear from the locals from Romney Meadows.
That's sad. I did not know what went on last night, but I seen them policemen out here all night.
Yeah. That's sad, though. It's a good thing ain't nobody get seriously injured, but it could have been tragic.
The woman who rents the apartment says the little boy is her godson.
Awesome.
She was at work during the shooting, and everyone involved was just visiting. Her boyfriend spoke for her.
It's sad to hear, something more tragic could have happened, someone could have died or something like that, but good thing that nobody did pass or anything like that, It's embarrassing, for something like that.
That dude's in the house?
I think if they have a gun, they should keep them locked up and away from the children. I mean, that would have prevented this, obviously.
Dude, that guy's the most reasonable.
The last one as well.
That guy signed up for Uber.
Yeah, that guy's the most reasonable.
Nirvana Sling Blade is the most reasonable guy in that apartment complex.
Oh, shit. Guys, what the fuck is going on in the Romney Meadows apartment complex, y'all?
I think they need to lock that gun up.
Oh, quite a cast of characters, though.
Quite a cast of characters, man.
They need to get a camera crew in there.
Yeah, really.
Dude, Trayshawn. I wish we could hear him talk because he looks like a character too.
Mm-hmm.
So
We will.
Character.
Yeah. No, can you believe that 5-year-old got a hold of a gun? I can't believe that. That would never happen. Oh my God! Yeah, the 3-year-old fired a single bullet. I guess it ricocheted because it hit Trayshawn and Jaden, his mother.
Wow.
They went to the hospital. They showed up at the hospital. So we
shot his mom.
said, "You wouldn't believe this. We were over at Robney Meadows, got shot by a 3-year-old." Like, oh no, that we believe it. That happened just 2 months earlier. Same apartment complex as a couple doors down. Oh, and you're wanted for murder, Trayshawn.
He did the full murder in Chicago. Okay.
He's wanted for attempted murder, sir.
Attempted murder. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, still bad.
He's a worse shot than the 3-year-old.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe there's something wrong with that gun.
Before you bring up the wheel, we have
cursed, Wes.
Producer Eric found live
Oh
pictures.
no! Murder.
Murder. He's wanted for murder.
He did?
Sorry, I thought it was attempted
He's a
murder.
full-blown murderer. And he was just
so the kid's a hero. The kid's a hero.
The kid's a hero. Yeah, he saved
He
saved everybody from being murdered by Trayshawn. But he was just leaving his gun around this dude's house with the 3-year-old walking around.
He even was like, "Mom," like he shot the mom at a non-vital point to take down Trayshawn. Probably the kid had just a target. Producer Eric's sent in some information. We have the first actual footage. They did a test run one day early for the Uber driver, for the 13-year-olds.
Okay. Oh.
Yeah, it's a priest. It's a bunch of priests who start driving for Uber because that's probably. I mean, you're going to see.
Why would they? They got it pretty sweet in their own organization. They don't need to branch out.
But Pat, I mean, that's true. They get protected by their.
This is someone else's priesthood.
Yeah. If this guy comes and picks you up, maybe don't get in the car.
No, that's a clown. All right, yeah. Let's get the wheel up.
Which industry?
Oh, basements. Will.
Yeah.
They're not coming from an industry, but
the living at home industry.
Yeah.
Finally, a reason to work.
They're not real industrious cats.
Wow, you have no record whatsoever in the past.
Yeah, you haven't done anything.
You're a ghost.
Clean slate. Yep.
Shit, you haven't done a thing, huh?
Ready to work.
You've just been thinking, just contemplating.
Should be a manager. All right, here we go.
Definitely gonna wait for rides right by schools too.
Oh God. Yeah, like an airport. Oh no.
Yeah, that guy's comment. There's a first time for every pedophile.
Yeah, and he's right. He's absolutely right. All right, wheel time. Here we go.
Yeah. Where'd it go? Wait, you took it down.
Oh, sorry.
Willie.
Whoa.
What's this?
There you go. All right, let's do it. Have your coffee tomorrow.
There you go.
You want to send us home?
Yeah, guys, why don't you get out there and gals, hey, and have a great fucking day.